Now I've got several sent to me. I think, let's see. This is pretty much, yeah, this is the first one. Now some of these are from earlier sections. Now when I pull up questions, this will come up. When you send me a homework question, this right here will come up on my email. This is the chapter, the section. This is the number in the book. So if you go to 1.2 homework in the book, this question that I'm fixing to pull up will look like number 31. Okay? Down here is question number 8. On your online homework, that's like question number 8. So if you look at the book, you mark one in the book, it'd be number 31 in the book. If you mark your homework, if you print out your homework and bring it to class, it'd be like number 8. Everybody understand that? This is in the book, this is in your online homework. Now, is it going to be the same exact question? No, it's not. All right, this question is 1.231/8, and it's probably going to be a definition type question, more than likely. Okay, it is a percentage question. A polling company reported that 59% of 2302 surveyed adults said that they play basketball. Complete parts A through D. What is the exact value that is 59% of 2302? Well, what you do is you take your handy dandy calculator and you just take your percentage and multiply it by your numbers. And that would be 0.59 times 2302. And that number is 1358. It says type as an integer or a decimal. So, I don't know, they didn't say round, so 1358.2. 1358.2. And it's not going to put it in there. Here we go. 1358.2. Okay, so we type in 1358.18. And we feel good about ourselves. Could the result from part A be the actual number of adults who said they play basketball? Well, it says a polling company reported that 59% of blah 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 surveyed adults said that they play basketball. Okay? Yeah, exactly. So I would say 1358, but not 0.18, because you can't have 0.18 of a person. Okay? So which answer is that? C or A? Thank you. All right. Check answer. We feel good about ourselves. What could be the actual number of adults who said they play basketball? 1358. Among the 2302 respondents, 656 said that they play hockey. So we need to take 656, if that's what they're asking, divided by 2302, and multiply that by what? And that's 28.5%. It said 2 decimal places, so that'd be 28.4, be 5, yeah, thank you. 23.50. Yeah, whatever you say. Thank you. All right, so that's it. And that's how you do that type of question. And that's how I cover homework questions. Okay? So if you don't understand that, you're disappointed. No, I'm just kidding. All right, next one. Let's go up the line. That's early class. What's this one? Here we go. This is 1.2, number 5, number 2 online. All right, look at that one. It says, determine whether the source given below has the potential to create a bias. What's a bias? In other words, you have an opinion of the experiment before or during the outcome. Before or during the outcome. In other words, you're leaning toward this or you're leaning toward that. It's kind of like being prejudiced inside your own experiment or observation. So it says, a certain medical organization tends to oppose the use of meat and dairy products in our diets. And that organization has received hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding from an animal rights foundation. So let's say it again. A medical organization tends to oppose the use of meat and dairy products in our diets. All right, so that's a hospital. A hospital tends to oppose the use of meat and dairy products. That hospital has received hundreds of thousands of dollars from Animal Rights Foundation. Would that be a bias? I would say it would be, but you know, let's read the questions and see. There does appear to be a potential to create a bias. There is an incentive to make the results statistically insignificant. There does not appear to be a potential to create a bias. There does appear to be a potential. The organization would not gain from putting spin on the result. I think they would, because they believe that you should not have dairy products in your diet. I don't know. Yeah. Well, this is in theory, not in the real world. See, there's a difference. So chances are, you said it would be not a bias. So it would, let's see, there appears not to be a bias right here. Probably C. Is that what the answer? Yeah. There's nobody in that organization getting any padding of the pockets. That is not a test question. Okay. Oh, that one's wrong. So I was right. It does create a bias. There is an incentive to produce results that are in line with the organization's creed. They do not want meat and dairy products. So I was right. Don't tell me wrong again. All right.
There was one like that on that same homework.
I think a lot of these questions are very ambiguous because in theory, yeah, but not in the real world. In the real world, people are getting their pockets padded. Okay, but I wouldn't worry about this as far as a test question because I don't try to put tricky questions on the test. Okay. Nerding. Let's see. This is 1.323/12. 1.323/12. It says determine which of the 4 levels of measurement, nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio, is most appropriate for the data below. Critic ratings of movie scales from what? What is that? That's order. Is that not order? Then it's ordinal. That's it. Ordinal. In other words, if you put something in order, it's going to be ordinal. And this movie has 1 star, this movie has 2 stars, this movie has 2 stars, this movie has 4 stars, this movie has 1 star. You're putting them in order. You're saying, okay, this movie sucks, this movie's real good, this movie's mediocre, that type of thing. You're putting it in order. Okay, that's 3. I want to hold off on 3 right quick because I want to see if there's any chapter 1 or 2. Two. Okay, so let's go in order. 2.2, 15/6. 2.2, 15/6. Okay. Construct one table that includes, all right. Here is basically this is the frequency distribution. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this into my clipboard. Let's hit that little button right there. And copy table to clipboard. And I'm going to go in and pull up my handy dandy spreadsheet just for organization, because I'm not going to try to write on the board and try to fit all this in. Alright, there is my groups. Now, there are 2 different groups, yes or no? Yeah, there's 2 different groups. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to pull him over here. Okay? Vanna, you got the thing. Blow it up a little bit where everybody can see it. Okay, that's good. Alright, so here's group 1. Am I correct? There's 2 groups, right? Alright. So I want to make sure there's 2 groups. Alright. So I don't know, tar in milligrams of filtered cigarettes. Ooh. Alright. So 11 milligrams to 14 milligrams, there's two brands. 15 to 18, there's none. 19 to 22, there's 16 brands. 23 to 26, there's 6. And 27 to 30.
Milligrams of tar?
Huh?
Tar.
Milligrams, yeah. Yep. Alright. Now, let's see what it says. Let's see what the directions say. Click the icon to view the frequency distributions. Complete the relative frequency. Relative. Alright? So, relative frequency of the non-filtered and filtered. So there is 2. So this must be the 2 groups. Let's see. Yeah. This is filtered. And this is non-filtered. So this is your daggum Camels and your Pall Malls and your Lucky Strikes. Alright. So first of all, we got to get in, or we got to get the total. So I'm going to add those up. And that's that.
How do you do that?
You just hit the summation key right over here, right there. And hit it one time. And it'll ask for where you want to add up. And then just click the left and hold down and drag. And then hit enter. So we're going to do it down here. So 25 is both. So find our relative frequency. That's going to equal this guy divided by this guy, F4 to lock it. No, 25 is your total. There's your relative frequencies. Now if you want to multiply them by 100, you can. And relative frequency here is going to be equal to this guy divided by this guy, F4, and bring those down. And that should be your answers. Let me see. Let me pull this up. Let me see if I can do this where y'all can see it. There we go. There, how's that? So now some of these are the same, like 3 to 6. There's not a 3 to 6 here, but there's an 11 to what? 11 to 14. You could actually put, you know, right beside this one. I think that's what they did pretty much. Yeah, 11 to 14. And if you want to change these to percentages, then just hit the percentage button right here. There you go. And all you do is multiply by what? Multiply by 100. I done lost it. Where'd it go? Where's my percentage? Huh? There it is. Thank you. So you could actually put 12% here. Let's see. 3 to 6, 11, 14 is 20. You can put 20 there and 60 right there. That's it, pretty much. That should be what they did. Now, let's see what the question says. Let's look at what they're saying, okay? Right now, if you want to get the minimum amount of tar in the Marlboro Club, what kind of cigarettes you need to buy? Well, 12%, the filtered. You need to get filtered. All right? That's the lowest amount of tar. Everybody see that? All right. What is there's two that are pretty much most common. One is 15 to 18, and that's the filtered, and the other one is 19 to 22, which is unfiltered. So if you want brown teeth, then you need to do the 15 to 18 or the 19 to 22, because that's the most common. And then, of course, if you really want to have brown teeth, you go with these two right here, the dang old Camels and the Lucky Strikes. Does cigarette filters appear to be effective? I would say yes. Why? Because you've taken all the tar, the percent is here, and where is it now? It's right in here. So what has it done to the tar? It's decreased it, hasn't it? So yes, I would say yes.
But it still shows up in some of them.
Not here, it doesn't. In the filter. See? Look at it this way. Where is your data? Look at it this way. Let me draw a picture here. You got two things here. You got filtered, non-filtered, and filtered. Right now, your data for the non-filtered looks like this. Okay? What does the data for the filtered look like? Looks like that. And of course, this is the low end, which is what, 3 to 6. What is it? Hold on. 3 to 6, 7 to 10, 11 to 14. You see what I'm saying? So what did the filter do to the data? What did the filter do to it? It pretty much flipped it, didn't it? So yes, it did do something, because it took all this tar that was down here and put it on the what? The low end. This is the low end. This is the what? High end. You see what I'm saying? It flipped the data being filtered, so you don't have brown as brown teeth. Just have light brown instead of white. Okay. So go to your handy dandy answer, and you should type in yes, because the relative frequency of the higher tar classes is greater for non-filtered cigarettes. Right here. That's what I would say. And that's it. So your data, like I said, your data, if I could work my whiteboard, here's your data for the non-filtered, and here's your data for the filtered. And basically what has happened? What has happened? It flipped. So when you see data flip like that, something's happening. Okay? And you feel good about yourself. Hopefully good enough to where you don't start smoking Pall Malls and things rough. Huh? 2.3, 11/4. Alright, let's look at this one. Ooh, that looks like a normal. Let's see. Starts off low, goes high in the middle, and then what? Comes up a little bit at the end right there, but so it's not this one because that's a bar graph. It's not that one because that's a bar graph. It's not this one because what? It's high at the beginning. So what's your only possible answer? This is not, it is not uniform. Uniform is what? Uniform is this. That's a uniform distribution. So it's not that. No, it is not at all symmetric. I think it is a little bit symmetric. Is it? No, completely erratic. Does? No. So what's your only answer? I would say C. We got it right. No sneezing in class. Sneeze again, I have to throw you out. Alright? Feel good on that one? If not, you're a disappointment. Quit school. Alright, let's try nerd. 2.45/2. The table provided shows blah 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 blah. Construct a scatter plot. Does there appear to be a correlation? Well, let's do a scatter plot. I'm going to show you a trick I learned in the war. Alright. Here's our data. I'll take that dang old copy to Clipboard. Copy to Clipboard. Go to my handy dandy spreadsheet. Go down here. Hit paste. There's my data. Alright. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to hit up here. I'm going to say insert. Dang old Scatterplot. Look at there. Blow it up a little bit. There's not much of a correlation. I can't draw really. Take your handy dandy straight line maker. That'd be about where my line would go right there. Is there much of a correlation? Well, heck, no correlation is right there. So you could actually get by with saying no. I don't think there's a correlation unless I plotted something wrong. Why? Because in order for it to be a correlation, it either has to go left to right down or what? left to right up. And any of those, thing will take your handy dandy rotator and you can rotate it. Anything here, you know, you get to a certain point, that's no correlation. And then once you start angling, you start to get a positive versus a what? Negative. And that negative can be right there, it's not, but then it starts this way. So I don't know. It looks straight up and down, that would be 0. Your correlation would be 0 because you're going straight up and down. There is no correlation. It would be 0. So let's see what the question asks. Please tell me that was a shadow. I hope that didn't go across the parking lot, did it? That was a shadow, I hope. Alright, so which one do you think it is? Construct a scatter plot. It's not these two. Why? Because that's a negative correlation. What is this? That's a positive correlation. So it's one of these two. I think ours kind of look like this one. But let's look at it and see. Alright, let's see. We've got these 2 dots right here and these 2 dots right here. That's kind of conspicuous, right? It sticks out. There's 2 dots there and 2 dots here. Let's look at the there. See it? 2 dots there, 2 dots there. We got it. Ding, 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 ding. And we feel good about ourselves. So when we wear pink shirts and be confident. Right? Okay. No, y'all settle down. Y'all just don't want to talk, do you? I would say no. Which one is that? Ding, ding. Does that help? And let's move on to the chapter 3 question. Chapter 3, 3.2, 29/12. Alright, take a minute and write that one down. Blow it up a little bit, Vanna, please. It says, find the mean of the data summarized in the given frequency distribution. Excuse me. I don't want you to find the mean. I want you to find the mean and the standard deviation. And that's where we left off with class the other day, the standard deviation. So write the problem down and write the formulas down that I gave you yesterday, meaning Tuesday. So it'll take you about 20 minutes. let's look at it and see.
Because first of all, I don't like the way this is written. I don't like it going that way. I like it going the other way. So I'm going to take my handy dandy copy table to clipboard and go over and there's my, I like it going down this way. Now, something else I do on a frequency distribution is I take these numbers right here and I put them over here like this. Anybody know why I do this? So I can actually compute with them. See, why can't I compute with them the way they are? Exactly, they got a dash and you can't use them. So I do that and then I just take this and I just gray that out so y'all know I'm not using that anymore. How about that? Oops, no. There we go. Alright, y'all with me? So I'm going to use, this is called my lower class what? And this is upper class limit, Hubert. Thank you, class. So I'm using those two, and I'm using this line right here. Hold on a second, I'm doing a couple other things. I don't like that. We're going to call that F. One thing I do, I like to put everything in the center. I'm weird. Alright, now, before we get started, I want you to recall the formula for the mean and the standard deviation of a frequency distribution. The mean, I wrote it on the board the other day, is x bar is equal to the summation of f times x over n. Remember that? I wrote it down the other day. And we'll take that and hopefully it'll let us move. There we go. There's your mean. And the standard deviation is equal to the square root of n times the summation of what? Huh? F times what? F times x squared minus what? The summation of f times x quantity what? Squared over n times n minus 1. Now, if you get confused, always look at the formula. What do you need in order to do this formula right here? What do you need? You need n, f, and what? Well, we've got f right here. There's f. 2, 6. What's n? All of them what? Say it one more time. Enunciate. Add them all up. That's n. So let's do that. I'm going to put down here, I'm going to say n is equal to, well, it's not supposed to be grayed out, but anyway, 24. I'm going to take my handy dandy cursor and color that, and center. So now we've got, let's take our green highlighter. Do I have F? Yes. Do I have N? Yes. What else we need? What is X? What's it called? Midpoint. Good job. Somebody's either been reading or They just heard me say it. If I said it the other day, I don't know. X equals, or I'm just going to put X here, and we're going to put that in the center, and we're going to highlight the top and underline. And that's underlined also. It didn't look like it. There we go. X is the midpoint. Midpoint of what? Well, what numbers have we not used yet? 40 and the 44. So we're going to take this guy and we're going to say equals, parentheses, lower class limit, plus what? Yeah. Divided by what? Divided by 2. And we feel good about ourselves. And now what am I going to do? I'm going to type that in each time, or I'm going to copy it down. Copy it down, and there's your numbers. So now I'm going to take my handy dandy highlighter, and I'm going to highlight these two columns. And why am I going to color them green? No, I'm not. Thought I was. Oh, wrong highlight. Why am I going to color them green? Because those are the numbers that you need to what? Use in the formula, Hubert. That's right, class. Appreciate y'all's interaction. What about this N? Do I need to color it green? Yep. So now all the green things we have. And for over here too, we've got N. We've got F. And we've got X. What do we not have over here? X squared. So we need to make a column in here called what? X squared. Good job. So let's put an X squared right here. And yes, you need to be making these columns in your notebook by hand, because this is the way you do this problem. I'll do the first one for you. 42 squared. Well, 40, let's see, 40 times 40 is what? 1600. So it'd be what? 1684? Somebody check me. I might be off. What's 42 times 42? I'm sorry, how much? Okay, I was off. Well, I knew it was at least 1600. Alright, so equals this guy raised shift 6 to the second power. There it is. And I'm going to put that in the center, and I'm going to color this one probably yellow, just to know it's a little bit different, but you're still going to use it. Alright, now what I want everybody to do right now is I want you to take these two formulas, and all I want you to do is just plug the numbers in. I don't want you to do any math. I just want you to plug the numbers in, because you need to see where everything goes. Now you can't do it. Do it for the first one, okay? Do it for this 240, 42, and 1764, because pretty much you're going to have to do it for every single one, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But just plug the numbers in. So this first one, all I want to see is X bar is equal to the summation of 2 times 42 over 24. And then over here, you're going to say for that one, SD is equal to 24 times 2 times 42 to the second power minus the summation of 2 times 42 over 24 times 24 minus 1. I just want you to plug the numbers in and leave it in your notes, so you'll have it when you go home and you look at it and say, okay, what I need to do. Or you could quit. Get discouraged, throw your pencil down. Y'all never do that, do you? Never. I didn't think so. I got to pick up my son today, so remind me when it's 15 after, okay? Yeah, but I'm going to show you how to do it in a spreadsheet, a whole lot easier. But what I want you to do right now is just to have the two formulas in your notebook, and I just want you to put a 2 here, a 24 here, and a 42 here. And then I want you to go over here and I want you to plug the numbers in so you'll have them in your notebook, so you'll know where it goes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some more columns here, and I'm going to do F times X. So I'll have it here and here, like that. So I'm going to show you how to do it in an easy, streamlined way instead of doing this 6 times instead of doing this 6 times. Okay? I just want you to see how the formula works. And make sure you put parentheses, brackets around this guy right here. Let me show you. Take my handy dandy red. Red means important. Put brackets around this first guy, because some people think that n is multiplied by this. That n is multiplied by this guy. Alright? Because this number has to be what than this number? Why? And what can you not take? You can't take the square root of a negative. So this number has to be bigger. And some people think that you take that n and multiply it by this. And that's not, no. It's a mistake that people make. That n goes with this guy because this has to be a BA number, because this is going to be a BA number. And you don't want this number to cancel this one out or you'll end up with a negative. So this one has to be bigger than this one. Okay, so now that you plug your numbers in, just so you'll know where everything goes, let's go ahead and figure these numbers without doing it 6 or 7 times. So, right here, we need F times X. Here, we need what? So, I'm going to make a column right here, and I'm going to call it F times X. And you do that in your notebook. Instead of punching it into your calculator 15 times, let's just do it in a streamlined fashion. And I'm going to call it right here, I'm going to say F times X. And I'm going to take F and I'm going to multiply it times X. And I'm going to copy that down. And I'm going to put everything in the center because I'm quirky. And that'll be bold and underlined. And I'm going to color that column. We're going to color that column something pretty. I don't see it. I don't see a pink, so we're going to have to go find a pink. That's kind of a magenta. That's kind of a pink. That's kind of a mauve, really. But we'll go with. Okay, there we go. How about that? Yeah. No, that's not right. Let's go with that. Okay, so that pink represents, hold on, I don't like not having lines either. Alright, so I'm going to take my handy dandy pink highlighter and I'm going to highlight this area now pink, and I'm going to highlight this area pink, because now I've got it, and all I've got to do, what does this summation mean? I'm going to add those up. So go down here and hit the summation key and enter. And there is your 1233 right here and your 1233 right here. Now don't forget, what do you got to do to that 1233 right here? You got to square it, but we're going to do that in a minute. Don't do it yet. So just take your 1233 and put it right here and right here. I mean, write another set of formulas.
of these guys. Go somewhere else in your notes and go under here. Now that you've done this, go under here somewhere and make and put these two formulas. And instead of putting f times x and a summation, you're just going to put 1233. And write this square root of n times, well, leave this as a blank. This right here is a blank. And leave that as a blank and put that 1233 in right there. In other words, I'm showing you where to put stuff as you do it. And when I get through doing this next column right here, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to do exactly what I'm telling you to do. So we've got f times x. We know n. We know n. We know f times x. What's the only thing that we don't have? F times what? So now we're going to go right here. It's going to be called f times x squared. F times x squared. So equals F. Be careful here. Do not pick the wrong column. All right. Times. You'll see me. Watch me do it just as soon as I say don't. X squared. Huh? Yellow. Enter. And summation. I don't want to do that yet. I want to color it first. And we're going to color that. Let's go with a doo-doo. Those are ugly. Okay, well, let's go with where, down here? Okay. Woo! Whew. Okay. And we're going to color this and do that. And it didn't color it, so there and there. I'm sorry, what? Alright, we're going to highlight this blue, and that's this color right here. That's that guy right there. So now we're done. All we got to do now is plug and chug. So I'm going to move this down here. And it's not going to let me. There we go. Okay, where's my mover? It's down there where I can't see it. Alright, I'm going to put that there. And put this right here. Now, over here, I'm going to say x is equal, x bar is equal to what? Well, what's f times x? 1233 divided by what? 24, and y'all should get that number.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
Alright, make sure y'all can get 51.375. And basically, I'll do this. Make it easy for you. Equals this divided by equals this. And then that's going to be equal to, I don't think it's going to let me do this. Yep. And equals this divided by this.
How's that? And then we'll color this one that pink. And we'll color this one. Now, people, I can't make it any more plainer than that.
You have a work email.
Okay. Now, standard deviation. Now this one I'm going to do in a few steps because I want to make sure everybody understands where to put everything. So SD is equal to, and I'm not worried about the square root symbol. When do we do the square root? At the end. So don't worry about the square root because the variance is what you're getting, and then when you take the square root, you've got the standard deviation. So N is equal to this guy times the summation of f times x squared, which is what? That BA number. So that one is going to be the blue, and that one is going to be green. And then I'm going to put minus. I have to put minus because you put a minus symbol, it goes crazy. Alright. What? 1233. What? Squared. I'm going to put a shift 6 2 there. And I'm going to color this pink. Over N times what? N minus 1, which is equal to this minus 1. And I'm going to color that green. But I'm going to color this another color because we just made it, we just calculated it. So this is the guts to this right here. So take your handy dandy marker and put all that under the square root symbol. You see what I'm doing? I'm showing you where everything goes. So hopefully you won't screw it up. Alright, now let's go a step below that and put SD is equal to, and what are we going to do in this first area right here? 24 times what? Times, and is that supposed to be a BA number? Yep. Darn, I was hoping not to do that. Go back up. There. All right, minus. No sneezing in class. I already warned you one time. All right, and that's equal to this raised to the what? Another BA number. Over 23 times 24. I'm going to bring that up just a little bit right there. And we're going to move this up just a little bit. And equals 23 or 24 times 23. There. Okay, go away. I don't want. Why is it? There. Ugh. Okay, let's try this. There we go. Alright, everybody see where everything's going? Alright, now right over here is equal to this guy minus this guy, and that's over this guy. I wish this thing would work with me instead of working against me. And then the SD is equal to the square root, because this is all square roots, and that's equal to the square root of this guy, which is equal to this divided by this. And that's going to be what? 4.8? 4.8586? What is it? So I take the square root of 24.59239. It's a miracle. I said 4.85. So my standard deviation over here is equal to this guy raised to the 0.5 power, which is the square root. 4.959. 4.96. I don't know what they wanted. What they want? The mean? What's our mean? 51.375. Let's go back to our handy dandy problem. I done forgot it. 53.975. Somebody help me out. Is it 53? Okay, nobody's going to talk to me. I'll just look it up again. 51.375. Thank you. 51.375. Does it say round? It says round to the nearest what? So that would be 51 point. It's a miracle. Alright. I don't know what it's asking. Which of the following describes the relationship between the commuted mean and the actual mean? Where's the actual mean? Let's see. 55.5 degrees. Our mean come up to be what? So I would say that R, yeah, it's considerable amount. This is what, 4 degrees off? So I would say it's not close. And the way you do that is new minus old over old. So you could take 55.5 over 51.4 over minus 55.5 divided by 55.5. So let's do that. It's called new minus old over old. Write that down. New minus old over old. Whenever you want to find a degree change, a difference in change of something, it's new minus old over old. So take your handy dandy calculator and parentheses 51.4 minus 55.5 close parentheses divided by old, which is 55.5, and multiply that by 100. So what's the percent change? 7%. Okay, is that more than 5%?
Yes.
Yes. And that's what you're going to say. You're going to say it's not close because the actual mean is more than what? 5%. Or the difference is, should be A. And you feel good about yourself. Alright, crank that one out. And that way you'll have 2 in your, I'm going to let you do this one. Blow it up a little bit, Anna, please.
Which one is this guy doing? This one here?
You can just point it toward the screen and it'll bounce off. It should. What's your disappointment?
one message coming in on secured channel.
You just want us to take the mean?
Mean and the standard deviation.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
Remy's here. Mr. Daniel is, Mr. Bright is not here. Mr. Brock is not here. Because he called right before class started. Cowart is not here. Dyer is here. Jones, Miss Joshi is here. Miss Long is not here. Oyana's here. Putnam is here. Richardson, Richardson, and Swindle is here. Now, you know what's so nice about the spreadsheet? Well, once you do one and save it, and all you need to do is take your handy dandy thing, old Control V. How do you do that? Okay. Let's try this again. There. And then 40 to 44, 45 to 49, 50 to 54. And there is your mean and standard deviation. So it's kind of nice to know how to use a spreadsheet, because if you get one with the same amount of classes, all you got to do is go in and change a few things and it spits it out. Make sure y'all can see that. I think y'all, I can't see. Can y'all see that right here? Thanks, Dana. Right there. There we go. There's the, check your numbers. Make sure my numbers are correct. Oh, color that purple. Ooh, can't see it. We can do that, and we can color that dang old white. And the standard deviation comes out to be yellow. That's my favorite color. Yellow is. Did y'all get those numbers? 52.3. Let's see if I'm right. 52.3. It's a miracle. So it might behoove you to, go through a couple of these problems. I will try to keep it around 5 or 6 classes. I'm not going to go more than 6 classes. Okay? So make sure you know, let's say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classes. And on the test, I will try to keep it around 5 or 6. Okay? Does that help you out?
You know that thing that pops up that it says like stack something?
Yes. You can do that. Let's see, what is this? This is... What is it? Temperature of what? It doesn't say. Find the mean. Okay, that is summarized in frequency compare. They don't want you to know, but what you can do is go to stat. What? Yeah, low temperature. I don't know. Go to StatCrunch. Look for temperatures, body temperatures. I done lost low temperatures. Okay, or you can just not do it. Okay, it's not.
If you go back, like we like the stack crunch thing.
Click off of it.
Yeah.
Copy and, well, I've still got it on my clipboard.
No.
Oh, what do you want to do?
Okay, see that little square looking thing?
Yeah. Okay. Open in StatCrunch. Okay. Yes, you can do it that way. But it won't work.
Just kidding.
Just forget it. StatCrunch sucks. I don't know why it won't work. Usually it comes up.
It was working yesterday.
Did you try it on this problem?
On this home.
And it didn't work?
No, it did.
I don't know. I have no idea why it's not working. It's all Bush's fault. Now, Let's try it one more time. No, we'll try it on the next problem. How about that? Alright, so let's pull up y'all's handy dandy problems.
Where does our test?
I have no idea.
Instead
What section are we on?
of unit one,
No, what section?
section
Section 3 point what?
2, 3,
Okay, and how many sections do we go to for chapter for the first unit? We go to 3.4 and we're on what? 3.2? So what does that tell you? Good job. You're learning. No, you're supposed to come in here and ask me every day next week. That's what you're supposed to do. Do that.
So is the one
When's test? When's test? When's test? When's test?
is the one that's posted is that right? Is it-
Probably, yeah. It's already posted?
Yeah, because you were playing around last week.
I wouldn't take it if I was you, yeah, because I've got to add stuff to it. Let's
What
see.
was that one that we went over that was like?
Oh yeah, I went over the first chapter stuff, chapter 1 and 2. All right, we're on 3.2. Let me find y'all another problem. One that's a little bit different than the one we've been doing. Just so you'll have 2 or 3 examples. Say again. Oh well. I still got the screen capture. Probably ran out of disk room. Let's see. I don't want to do those. It's too big. Too big. Let's see. What's that? No, that's too big. Okay, there's your. I know, but the numbers are different. So do that one. Yeah, I think it did. Oh well. Y'all just have to do the screen capture, whatever I load over from now. Means I gotta delete everything on that card. Stat crunch worked that time. Now watch this. Go to data or stat and do summary statistics. And let's see, yeah. Hit compute. Yep.
We'll do that on the test.
Yeah, you can use it if you want to. Yeah. But now you know how to do it. Now you know how to do it by hand. And it does make you feel better to do it this way now that you know what you're actually finding. And there's your standard deviation, 4.39.
Okay, do that again.
Alrighty. Go, just, you could either click on frequency. Yeah, click on frequency. You can hit stat, summary statistics, columns, frequency. Whoever asked that, who asked that? Okay. That's it. And we're going to use these in 3.4. 3.3 or 3.4, I don't know which one, but we're going to use those. There's the mean and standard deviation, so let's check it. Let's see if it's right. Let's take our handy dandy clipboard. Let's go over to the handy dandy spreadsheet, paste, and are they the same? 60 to 64. I got 52 and 4.8. Let's see what they got. Right here. Whoa. They got 5.4 and 4.
It's because you only did one of those frequencies.
I only did what?
Did you only put one of
No.
those?
Make sure I did the numbers right.
I'll bring it back to you next week.
And then let me go and type in X bar is 52. Somebody check to see if there's any decimals. Is it 52 even? Oh well. Let me just type it in and see what happens. Yep. So we must need to do the whole column. So thought I did that when I highlighted the frequency, but evidently it don't work like the spreadsheet does. Okay. I've got to figure it out because I didn't show you how to use it, but I don't understand why it just don't stat. Give me a second. Should be column. We'll figure it out. Just give me a minute. I'll figure it out. I should quit. should do the whole column. Five says that the mean is 5.7. But I got it right, did I not? What's my standard deviation? 4.39. What's theirs? I mean, what's mine? Yeah, but their standard deviation is way off. I mean, their X bar is 5.4 and mine's 52, and I got it right. I guess I'll have to look out and see. We'll have to go back over it and see. I don't know why that's pulling up. I don't know why it's doing that, unless I'm probably doing something wrong because I'm not used to StatCrunch. I don't use it that much. See, okay, let's try that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody add those numbers up and divide by 5. I think it's taking a data table set. That's what it's doing. It's finding the mean of these numbers. We need to do the low temperature and frequency.
So see if you can do another.
Yeah, add those up. Let's see, 12, that's 19, 28, right? 29, divided by 5. Yeah, that's what they're doing. I don't think they got that right. But anyway, let's do this. Let's go through and hit that. And hit stat. That's not letting me pull up the other one. What it? There is something, hold on, just give me a second. There is something that you can hit. Frequency. I'll figure it out. All right, y'all get